we started.
You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the corner of May and Hem. Live from the Manchester Eisen Event Center in McCall, Idaho, the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show After Hours is live once again. Here they are, the broadcast team that puts hula in the hoop, the Irish Pirate, and Special Greg, otherwise known as the BS Boyz.
Hey, hello, and welcome once again back to the Manchester Eisen Event Center here in McCall, Idaho, the 2013 Thorne Cup Championship underway, well underway. We just had our first semifinal game go in the record books as the Bay Area Seals took on the El Paso Rhinos. Actually took them down 7-2. What do we got there, Special?
We've got a very decisive win by the Bay Area Seals. I mean, it was a pretty close game through the first period, and Bay Area came out within a minute and 44 of the second period. They scored 2 goals within 15 seconds, and from that point on, it was all Bay Area. I'm
telling you that Orsic played out of his skull today.
47 shots put on Orsic, 27 on El Paso.
Why don't you pop your P's a little bit harder? Pop. Does that bother anybody out there, or is it just me?
Just you.
It's not a ventriloquist show.
Just you.
It's like the Helen Keller School of Broadcasting.
Nobody raised their hands.
We're doing this in
you.
sign language.
Yeah. Okay.
My buddy.
Yeah.
My pal.
So we had El Paso.
Surprised we haven't shot each other yet. Well, we've tried, but we're bad shots.
So El Paso started it out with 12 shots per first period, Bay Area 6, and then El Paso came back with 20 shots in the second period, out shooting Bay Area Seals, who ended up with 13, and 15 for El Paso in the final, making it a total of 47. 8 in the third period for the Bay Area Seals, making it a total of 27. End score 7-2. Total domination.
Would you call that an upset?
No, I don't know if I'd call it an upset, but I think maybe, Okay, so Bay Area Seals, they had a very good run after the Christmas break. They had 4 or 5 losses and 1 loss in this tournament. They've been on fire. They have been playing well.
They ended up beating Fresno for the Pacific Conference Championship, and Fresno was kind of up and down all year long, but they came in with a lot of confidence. They're not a fast team. It's not like they beat you by speed. They just wail on you. They are a physical, hard team to play against.
Big, physical. You got Orsic standing in between the pipes, and he's been just playing solid all weekend long.
He's extremely active down there, and Orsic ended up getting the second star. Jay Micah's got the first star, and the third star went to Anderson, all of the Bay Area Seals. We got a special guest here hanging out in the booth of BS. It's no longer just the Felony Flats.
No,
we broadcast from an area down in the Northwest called Felony Flats, where the pastime is either drive-by shootings or drug dealing, and we rent a floor from there. Felony Flats, great place to broadcast from. Unlike McCall, Idaho, man, this place is
unbelievable,
like paradise compared to where we broadcast from. Jeff Lancaster of Pro Mix Sound and Video, doing all the fast hockey video for you during this Thorne Cup Championship. He's hanging out in the booth with us today. Jeff, how are you, man?
Hey, hi guys.
What's going on over there?
Oh, it's great. We got 3 cameras rolling. Hopefully all the parents that couldn't make it, all the friends, and all the fans can feel like they're here, feel like they've got a shot, and hopefully the running the 3 cameras, they can even feel a little thump when they hit the glass next to them. We're going to have DVDs for sale, of course. I got those up online on my my website, which is www.promixsoundvideo.com, and there's a little web store. You can click on that, and only $20. We dropped the price real affordable. And the second game is $15, and any additional games after that are $5. And you get a great montage with that. I've been shooting all around getting the guys getting stitches in their nose, and
oh Lord!
All right. Hey, look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Well, the one guy that was getting stitches in his nose, his mom was there patting him on the back, saying, "You'll be all right." A tough mom.
Hockey mom.
Yeah,
it's a hockey mom. That's awesome. So let's promixsoundvideo.com. and you can go on there, and the videos will be available when?
I should have those in post-production. I have ones to pick up on site here because that doesn't help your guys, but I'm going to do a post-production which will be a little better quality because we're capturing digitally right from the cameras, and the 3 cameras will mix those together, and should be ready in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks time.
That's awesome. And what we'll do is we will continue to push that on our talk show.
Yeah,
great.
Every
Appreciate
Thursday
it.
night. Yeah, we'll push that. I don't think people realize how hard you work. You know what I mean? Because they see the end result of all the hard work that you put in, or I can't really say hard work for us because, well, we don't really do anything. But
push buttons.
We push buttons and then talk in microphones. But there's a lot of work that goes into this. You're up in the booth, you're watching monitors, you're switching between cameras. How much experience do you have in doing, say, like hockey tournaments like this? Is this what you normally do?
I do a lot of skating stuff. I do hockey, I do figure skating competitions, I do a lot of shows. I've been doing this about 20 years now. But myself, at this event, typically I'm behind a camera, so usually you'll find me behind a camera. But since we're running this live for the web feed, I'm on the mixer board and I'm switching between the cameras and then trying to keep up with that puck as it flies around. It's really most of the work happens before the event, as you guys probably saw from the emails.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to put all this equipment together. We're trying to get all the shooters together, people will run the desk, getting equipment all around the Northwest. Some of the stuff we had to pick up in Seattle and Linwood and on the way here and whatnot. And something always breaks, something always blows up, and that's really what my job is about, is troubleshooting, getting it all set up, and renting 2,000 feet of cable, for this event. And
yeah, we're sitting here in the booth, which is right next door to the rink. There's cables everywhere, and I'm surprised how well they've actually held up with all the foot traffic through here.
Yeah, it's gone down a couple times, but luckily we got it fixed right, 3 seconds before we go on.
Wow.
My guy goes, I found it. Somebody, pulled a chair and whacked it.
Yeah, because there is a lot of cable, and we have the amount of foot traffic, especially when Idaho plays. We've got like 700-800 people in here and 5 deep along the walls. I'm surprised it's been up as long as it has. Yeah, we've been watching it, and we've been watching your guys. Now, we do want to mention that the camera people, they're not professional camera people.
No, and
they're volunteers.
Yeah, a lot of them have shot hockey here locally, and I finally kind of narrowed it down to my 3 all-star guys, and of course the game tonight and the finals are going to be all my all-stars. So, but yeah, it makes it a little more challenging for mixing because you think I usually have my crew of 4 people here, and I can kind of count on them to have their shot. Sometimes I'll cut the camera and I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to be following the puck.
Well, and you've got a headset on all the camera guys too, so that they know what's going on. And if they're behind something, you're letting them know because you're watching all 3 cameras up there at once. Right.
We got 5 monitors rolling, the final product that we're watching, and we're trying to, you never know, you cut to a camera and they got a perfect shot, and next thing you know, somebody juked somebody else and the puck's out of the shot.
So you've got the game, each individual games for sale.
Yes.
But you're also putting what you called a montage together of all of the games, and that'll be for sale as well.
I'll get some of the best shots, some of the best hits, even some great assists. Like I said, I got some backstage stuff. The guys whooping it up, and of course, I got the parents greeting them afterwards, and saying congratulations, good job, and I've got some of the emotional shots too. The kids coming off, that are heartbroken. It's not all, it's a roller coaster of emotions. This game is, it's aspirating. Some of these kids are coming off the ice and they got bruises, they've got cuts, and that's all a part of the game. So I'm just going to put that all in that montage, and it'll capture the emotion all the way from up to the downs of it, and really, the passion that goes into this game.
That's about 27 to 30 hours worth of video that you're going to go through to put that together.
That's a lot of sifting, and hopefully I'll get that. And that's kind of my trademark is these montages at all the events I do, and I take pride in taking the time to sift through them and really find those shots. really find the great hits and the great shots and the great emotional shots, with someone with their, head in their hands and the heartbreak of the game too. It's all going to be in that montage.
It's all part of the game.
It is.
Doesn't matter how good the play is, there's going to be someone on the other end of that spectrum.
Yep.
So it's going to be about 3 weeks before the montage is ready
Correct.
for sale.
Yeah. I have the on-site one mixed together, but I'm going to take the gumption to go and mix these all from the cameras, because the quality will be a lot better straight from the cameras into the hard drives, rather than up our 1,000 feet of cable and through the mixers and the web feed and all that. So it's quite a bit of extra work to remix all these, but I can also pick the shots a little better in post-production. Live, you're going to get those shots where, whoops, the person got out of the frame and things like that. But in post-production, I can find that and cut back to the main camera and make sure that the puck stays in the frame the whole time.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because when we do our show, obviously the internet, you lose some quality, obviously.
The compression, yeah.
So a couple things for you, those of you watching fast hockey, the direct footage is going to be a lot cleaner, a lot crisper, and footage you haven't seen. Right. That's the great thing. That's about shooting B-roll, is you can add a lot of footage that won't be on the broadcast over the internet. Because we do the same thing. When we do our show live, we actually record it, then master it, so you get a much cleaner version of the show,
right?
Other than going through the internet. So don't judge the quality of the video from what you're seeing on fast hockey, because the encoder can only do so much.
Correct.
It's going to be a lot cleaner. We've actually watched the footage up front here, and it's amazing stuff. So once again, I want to mention Jeff Lancaster, ProMix Sound and Video, 425-672-2627. Give him a call or pop him an email at promixaudiovideo@aol.com, or go to his webpage, promixsoundvideo.com, and check out the DVDs available for sale from this Thorne Cup Championship.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on, guys, and I hope you guys, your fans out there, appreciate the passion that these guys put into this. They're here all day long, freezing their butts off, and they love it. So, keep listening, and thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, we appreciate the plug.
Jeff.
All right, Jeff, we'll talk to you soon, man.
Take care.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
There he is, Jeff Lancaster. Great guy, great footage. You got to go to his website, promixvideo.com and promixsoundvideo.com. Hayden Tanner, huge sponsor of the Thorne Cup Championship. Visit Hayden at McCall-IdahoRealEstate.com. America's best value in Lardo's. We actually had a great sandwich at Lardo's since 1973, a great restaurant here in town. Idaho First Bank, and then you got, of course, McCallCabins.com, Shore Lodge, Hometown Pizza, Precision Detail, and KDZY FM 98.3, Heartland Country. I almost sound like a DJ.
I was just getting ready to say that, 98.3. You sound good, man.
Maybe I'll find a new career path and pop into real live radio somewhere down the road. I did have a stint for a while in rock radio.
Portland.
Yeah, down in Portland. Station KGON 92.3, home of the classic rock. Well, that didn't last long, and then got a job at an AC AM station, adult contemporary, which is a little bit slower. Got a little bored one day, played the wrong music.
Did you really?
Made a little fun of the sales staff. Next thing I know, program director comes in and says, "Well, that was a fun stint for 6 months. Here you go.
Bye-bye.
Take your
really
lack of personality someplace else."
Just known you for what, 15 years? And that's
long
the
time,
first time you've ever mentioned that.
Yeah. Just a man of many talents.
Rebellious, huh?
Yeah, rebellious. I actually getting in trouble for that. So game one in the books, folks. We're not going to call it, I don't know, not really an upset, but Bay Area really came in hard. El Paso had a great run going here. They ended up beating Fresno Monsters in round 2, 8-3. And then the first game up, back on Thursday, they ended up popping through, they ended up playing El Paso again, losing 6-3 in the first round to El Paso, and then come back and beat them 7-2 when it counted in the semifinals. Orsic, phenomenal goalie, man. Great goalie.
Standing on his head most of the weekend. He's big, agile, very aggressive as well. Like the way he plays.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to go ahead and find our next guest, and that next guest probably is going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, CJ Perez. We've known CJ for many, many, many years. Hung up his playing skates, traded them in for some linesmen and, officiating skates, and the kid's got a new career going. So we're going to go ahead and try to find CJ and bring him up on board. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be right back. This is the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show from Manchester Ice and Event Center in McCall, Idaho, the Thorne Cup Championship of 2013.
Let's get this party started. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show After Hours. Live from the Manchester Ice and Event Center in McCall, Idaho. Here they are, the broadcast team that thinks mediocre is good enough, the Irish Pirate and Special Greg, otherwise known as the BS Boyz.
Oh, yes, here we are for part 2. Got a couple guests here in the booth of BS right next to the rink here at the Manchester Ice and Event Center in McCall, Idaho. The 2013 Thorne Cup Championship well underway. Game 1 of the semifinals in the record books. I'm going to call it an upset, man. I don't really care what Special Greg calls it. I'm saying Bay Area beating El Paso by a score of 7-2 is an upset.
Well, it's definitely a big win for the Bay Area team. Upset, I don't know. I'm not calling it an upset.
Okay, so there's a microphone in front of your mouth.
Yeah.
Going like this doesn't work. You've been doing this long enough to know better. You've been upgraded from amateur
Sean,
to
you
idiot.
keep that up, okay? Keep that up. We'll ask you one question, and you will just be not able to answer it.
All right, man. We've got a special guest in the booth, like we were saying. CJ Perez, actually, we've known CJ for a while from
About
his playing
6 years.
Yeah, from his playing days, and he's actually up here calling some of the games and reffing and linesing and all that kind of stuff. CJ, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing really well because we don't have to work as hard as you.
No, God, no.
That's
Up
correct.
and down, man. That's a lot of work out there. Is that harder than playing?
No.
No?
No.
Because you don't get a break when you're out there
Yeah,
lines
but
and reffing, right?
yeah, but you can measure it. It's nothing like playing.
How's it feel to be yelled at a lot?
Feels good.
I mean, do you
No.
take note of it?
No, I don't take it
Block
personally.
out. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know, from your playing days, you have a much more calm demeanor out there, and I guess you have to.
Yeah.
You can't let the emotions. You have to control others' emotions versus.
I have to be the most level-headed guy out there.
Yeah, and
So,
good for you because
yeah.
it's not easy for people to do that.
Yeah.
So the switch from player to official, on-ice official, how did that happen? Walk us through that for you.
Well, my playing career was done, and basically my parents told me to get a job.
As they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that.
Take note, person to his right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just playing pickup hockey at a local rink, and they asked me if I wanted to start reffing,
Really?
and I said yes.
Isn't there some kind of like school you have to go to?
You have to go to like a couple classes over summer.
And then camps? I mean,
Yeah.
have you attended some?
I haven't attended any camps.
Okay. Are you going to?
Yeah,
though? Yeah.
next summer I will.
Because we actually have a really good camp in Portland happening. A
Okay.
lot down in the south in LA, and some of the best around in the country actually down in LA. But a good friend of ours, Jared Bowman, is actually bringing in.
That's right.
He's got a couple of NHL guys coming in, and they're going to hold a camp over the summer in Portland at the Valley Ice Arena.
Cool.
Your old stomping ground,
Yeah.
which is now renamed the Winterhawk Skating Center.
Yeah, it will always be Valley Ice Arena.
Always
to
Valley.
us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they call it. It's always Valley and home. How long have you been doing this now?
This is my second year total.
Loving it?
I'm loving it.
We see you skating out there, and it kind of brings back memories, doesn't it?
Well, he still has a smile. Remember this?
That's what I'm talking about.
It
Every
didn't matter.
time, yeah.
It didn't matter how bad the situation was or how pissed off people were. He was always smiling.
And I guess that's a good thing. I mean, you're kind of in control and having a good time at the same time. When did you? Okay, let me back up here. Did you have to qualify to come do this?
Yeah, they had. They
How did that
selected
happen?
My supervisor watched me all year,
Okay.
and a couple guys gave me a shout out to him and helped me out along the way.
2 years and you're at the championship at the
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
AAU.
So-
Now, is there the difference between AAU? Have you always been like non-USA hockey, or how does that whole thing work?
I kind of didn't realize what
Yeah.
was going on at the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
so they shouldn't take it. I don't know.
Don't
I
you think
they're
it's
blowing
kinda
it out of
silly?
proportion. Yeah, a little bit.
I think between USA Hockey and AAU, I understand the player aspect of it. I mean, because different governing bodies. As far as on-ice officials, though, I don't think it really should make any difference. I don't get that at all. So what's the plan? You're going to continue doing this, or you're going to go?
Yeah, I want to continue as far as I could go. Next step is to, I'm going to Las Vegas next weekend. I'll be
Very
up
nice for the
Yeah.
national championship.
And then I will attend Cal Camp in August and hopefully get picked up there.
Cal Camp is
The local referee camp in LA, in El Segundo.
okay. And you live right outside of LA, right?
Yeah, I live like a half hour away.
Oh, that's not bad. So outside of WSHL, what do you ref? Any local teams or local games?
A little bit youth, and mostly men's league.
So beer league.
Yeah.
So out of the
Men's league, beer league,
Yeah.
same,
same
whatever.
thing.
Yeah.
Beer league's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes.
It's actually
But-
rougher after the game,
Yeah.
probably drinking. Yeah. Well, you would know that.
I don't drink.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's another story. But yeah, you have to drink. You just don't drink alcohol.
That's it. There you go.
I've seen you in your Margaritaville days, though. That's
Yeah.
ugly. That was ugly. Aspirations, possibly. What can you do after this level?
Hopefully North American League,
NA type stuff? Yep.
USHL, and
Okay.
then hopefully semi-professionally.
We should put you in touch with Jared Bowman.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Jared's coach, he's doing he still does, at the Junior A Tier 3 level.
Yep. WHL.
WHL and CHL.
Okay.
So, and he's just like ramping up. He's a great guy too. We've had him on the show once, but we've had more conversations with him than just once on the show.
We had him on the show for 2 hours, but he ended up staying both the first night because we couldn't get on for 5 hours, from 7:30 till about 11:30, just sitting around talking. He was showing us game footage and asking us questions what we would think, and then he would go over that with us. It was really interesting, and I think he does a lot of the mentoring of the officials in the NORPAC, because he will watch all of the game footage and provide feedback to those guys. So
It was a whole different ball game cutting tape with an official than with a player. You have to look at so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the hardest part is? Two questions kind of back to back. What's the hardest part about being a linesman?
Linesman, getting out of the way of the puck.
I've seen a couple times.
Yeah.
Were you on the wrong side of the blue line at one point where you kept it in the zone?
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't. Are
No,
you sure?
I'm-
I saw the smile.
I got hit down low in the back over there. Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing. Watch where the
Yeah.
puck's going to go,
Yeah.
and trying to. Now, what about reffing? Wearing the bands.
Reffing, watching what's going on behind you.
That's what he said. That's
Yeah.
what Jared said. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, because he said the vision area, as you get higher in the levels, you've got to
It's
really
smaller, actually.
Yeah, you've got to really pay attention to what's going on. At this level, it's probably kind of big, but when you get up higher, that vision area is kind of small. Why don't they have a two-man ref system?
I think it's purely money. They don't want
I
to
would
spend the
think so.
extra $125 for the extra official.
125?
Yeah.
We're getting ripped off. We should ask for more money.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, we have to work then. Forget it.
Yeah, we don't
We're
want to
gonna
do
do
that.
that.
This is too much fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure it is. Yeah. So you finish this off. Go to Vegas next week. You
Yep.
go home in between though.
Yeah, for a couple days. Yeah.
And the summer sounds like it's going to be kind of busy for you.
I'm going to Europe in July,
Where are you going?
all over.
Really?
7 different countries.
Like the legitimate way? You're backpacking or
No,
you're
we're not
hitchhiking?
backpacking.
Yeah, are you kidding
Flying,
me?
yeah.
Well, you have to. Okay, CJ, you have to fly to Europe. You can't backpack to Europe.
We're flying.
There's
from
a lot of
country to
water
country, yeah.
between us and the homeland. So, and he just kind of cruised through Europe.
Yeah.
Do the thing, right?
Yeah.
I know my younger brother at one time when he graduated college, he actually went over to Europe and bought a car, and they drove, and then they sold the car when they were done for more money than they bought it for.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because they bought it in Ireland and sold it in Germany.
That works. That's a
does.
good idea.
Yeah. So he actually made money. Yeah, it's kind of
Whenever
cool.
you can make money, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, as long as it's legal. So that's awesome. And then you're gonna pop over to Europe and then come back and then school.
I'm in school right now. Yeah.
Okay, where are you going?
Citrus College.
And what are you studying?
Physical therapy.
Really?
Yeah.
So reffing, possibly PT after that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
This kid that's got sort of a direction.
He's got a
going.
plan. Yeah. That's nice.
When does our plan come into effect? Oh wait, that's the retirement plan.
Yeah.
We got to retire. What's the rest of the day look like for you?
Probably
You
gonna go eat something.
Are you coming back for the?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for the 7 o'clock game.
Working it?
No, watching,
Gonna watch?
relaxing.
What about
Excellent.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll be here for the championship game. I'll be lining it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
2 years at going to the championship game. That's great.
That's kind of scary. I wish I could skate better, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
I wish I could just skate.
I wish you could just read.
Well, hey, I'm working towards it. It's an education.
Comic books don't help. You have to, you got to upgrade
He
the
doesn't,
reading material.
he doesn't understand Marvel comic books, and maybe
Nah,
one
I'm
of
not
these
a big
days he
comic
will.
book guy. But, yeah, it's actually, it's one of those things. Each job has kind of this weird thing that people don't think about. And doing this, I know it sounds dumb. It's not talking, it's reading, as if you're not reading. Reffing and linesing, the smoother you are, the more control you have, and the better vision you have. If you look kind of out of sync. Now, how does the emotion on the ice? You kind of know beforehand, kind of the teams, what's kind of going on.
First 5 minutes, you'll get a feel for it.
You get a feel for it.
Then you have to draw the line somewhere.
How is it jumping into fights?
I like it.
Dude, there's some
it's fun.
big guys out there.
Oh, my
God.
CJ's not exactly, massive, but it's all about timing, technique, and sort of
And
letting them wear
talking to the
themselves
players.
out, talking to them.
Talking to 'em.
Because I heard, I think it was Serena.
Okay.
Is it Serena or Robinson?
Yeah.
I think it was Robinson who I heard talking to the guys all the time. Let them go.
Mm-hmm.
Go boys, go boys, go boys.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that. You don't get that from the stands.
Yeah.
And it's great communication. Kind of letting them know you have a firm grip.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to let them play a little bit, but when it's time to cut it off, cut it off. But I can't imagine jumping in between a couple guys 6'5", 6'6", 240 pounds, throwing them.
With the look in their eyes that those guys have.
They want
at
to kill
that point.
somebody. Yeah. How do you train? How do you prepare for that? It's not like you can practice.
We practice at camp every summer.
Do you have a brother?
No, I don't.
Okay, I was just checking. Guys wailing on each other at home. So you practice at camp?
Yeah. And so once a year we practice breaking up fights pretty much the whole day.
So what are the other linesmen? They're all sitting there throwing them and stuff, and you get to go into them.
Yep.
That's awesome. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you practice this? So I sit in front of a mirror.
Well, we've had a few practice runs, and that was hysterical. In fact, you put one up on
I did.
YouTube. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, I have to take that down.
As my son Nick said, Dad, you really need to have Steve put powder on your head the next time you do something like that. Your head was too shiny.
A little shiny.
So I want to ask you about the fans. You have a lot of fans that show up, and they're always saying stuff. You get some really funny ones that just have the greatest chirps of all that you hear.
I don't really hear too much. I've had money thrown at me.
You know what that's called in Vegas?
Yeah, from the stands. So that's the weirdest thing that's happened. But other than that, I don't really hear
Money
too much.
thrown at you.
Yeah.
Coins or bills?
Bills.
Oh, good thing they're not coins.
Yeah, just left it on the ground. Wow. It was weird.
Wow.
That's actually kind of cool. I wish people would throw money our way.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. Was it a compliment, or were they trying to
I think I have no idea what they were saying.
buy a pair of glasses, maybe? I
Maybe.
don't know.
There you go. That's it.
There you go.
There you go. You can wear half of Special Greg's. Did you break them?
Yeah, I broke them.
That's awesome. Give them to Sean. He might need them. Sean, no, you don't need glasses there, Buckley. All good? All right. We're going to let you go. I know you had it was a good game. We'll see you back here tonight. But thanks for coming on, man.
No,
just kind of
thank
giving
you
people a sense of what's going on out there from people they normally wouldn't have a chance to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, follow you once in a while on as Facebook, and,
Yeah.
and when I saw you up in the stands, it was just really good to see, and I couldn't believe it was you. But thanks a lot for coming on. We
No
really
problem. My
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank
Hey,
you,
speaking
guys.
of Facebook, people should friend us on Facebook. You can just find us BS Boyz at Facebook.com/come like me. Is that the address?
I don't know.
I don't know how you do that. I don't do anything Facebook anyway. CJ, it was a great chance having you pop into the booth of BS, and we'll see you later on tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Take
All right,
care.
take care,
Take
buddy.
it easy.
There he is, man. It's so funny going all the way back, to first year
Yeah.
River City and having CJ play, and now he's like all done growed up
Yeah.
and doing the ref
With
thing,
a plan
man.
and
with a
ref
plan.
and-
Where did that time go? Man, that's crazy. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up here for the between games. We have another game coming up here, folks. 7 p.m. Southern Oregon is taking on. Wow, who do you think they're taking on?
Idaho Steelheads. That's a guess.
It's a guess. Yeah, you're right. The Idaho Junior Steelheads in Game 2 of the semifinals of the 2013 Thorne Cup Championship, and it's going to be a good tilly. You can catch all the action on FastHockey.com. Dick Dorfman calling the game, and we'll catch you after that game, like we normally do, just to kind of fill you in on stuff that maybe Dick missed. He doesn't miss a whole lot, though.
No, he doesn't.
There we go, folks. Have a good rest of the day. Enjoy the sunshine, as we're going to do. We're out of here.